Fascinated. Ladies and gentlemen, we often hear people say money doesn't grow on trees, but what they rarely mention is that wealth doesn't grow in your bank account first. It grows in your mind. Everything you achieve, I'm fascinated, every goal you accomplish, every level of success you reach begins with how you think. The truth is, wealth is less about what you earn and more about how you think. Fascinated. Wealthy individuals think differently because they understand the value of long-term vision over instant gratification. Unlike many people who chase quick rewards or immediate pleasures, they are trained to focus on the bigger picture. Fascinated. This mindset shapes every decision they make, influencing how they spend, invest their energy. When someone has a long-term vision, fascinated, they do not get distracted by short-term setbacks or temptations that promise instant satisfaction but offer little lasting value. They understand that wealth, like anything meaningful in life, is not built overnight. Fascinated requires patience, persistence, and strategic planning. By focusing on the long term, they are able to create systems, habits, fascinated, and strategies that accumulate, resolve over time, rather than seeking quick fixes that fade as soon as the initial thrill passes. People who prioritize short-term gratification often make choices that feel good now but hurt them later. Fascinated, buying a luxury item on credit instead of investing in assets, spending money on fleeting and entertainment rather than experiences that create value. Fascinated, or chasing opportunities that seem lucrative today but have little future potential, are all examples of short-term thinking. Long-term thinkers, on the other hand, recognize that every decision is an investment in the future. Fascinated, they weigh consequences carefully and ask themselves whether an action will bring lasting value. Fascinated, this doesn't mean they never enjoy life in the present. It simply means that enjoyment is balanced with a clear awareness of future goals. By seeing beyond immediate rewards, I'm fascinated, they ensure that their actions today will compound into significant achievements tomorrow. A long-term vision also helps wealthy thinkers stay resilient in the face of challenges. Life is unpredictable, and financial setbacks, fascinated, market fluctuations, or business failures are inevitable. Many people give up at the first sign of difficulty because they are looking for immediate results and feel discouraged when they don't see them. Fascinated, those with a long-term perspective understand that obstacles are temporary and often part of the growth process. Fascinated, they maintain focus on their ultimate goal and view short-term losses as learning experiences that provide valuable insights. Fascinated, this resilience allows them to continue moving forward while others may abandon their dreams due to impatience or frustration. Furthermore, a long-term vision encourages planning and strategic thinking. I'm fascinated, wealthy individuals don't rely on luck. They design their lives with intention. They create budgets, investment plans, and career strategies that align with their future goals. Fascinated, every step they take is calculated and contributes to a larger purpose. This approach transforms mundane daily choices into meaningful actions that cumulatively build wealth over time. By keeping the end goal in mind, fascinated, they are able to prioritize tasks, avoid distractions, and allocate resources efficiently, ensuring that nothing they do is wasted on pursuits that don't serve their vision. Fascinated, the power of long-term vision extends beyond financial matters as well. It shapes relationships, habits, and personal growth. By thinking ahead, they invest in education, mentorship, and networks that will support them in the future. Fascinated, they develop habits such as consistency, discipline, and delayed gratification, which reinforce their ability to achieve sustained success. In essence, the long-term vision becomes a guiding framework. Fascinated, a lens through which every choice is measured. This mindset turns ordinary actions into strategic steps toward wealth, transforming patience and foresight into tangible results. Fascinated, by focusing on the long term rather than succumbing to the allure of immediate rewards, wealthy thinkers cultivate the patience, resilience, and strategy necessary to create lasting financial success. Fascinated, every decision they make is intentional, every action contributes to a greater goal, and every sacrifice becomes an investment in a prosperous future. This way of thinking allows them not only to build wealth, but to maintain it. Fascinated, ensuring that their success grows steadily over time rather than fluctuating with temporary pleasures or distractions. Wealthy individuals understand that calculated risk taking is a cornerstone of financial success. I'm fascinated, unlike many who are paralyzed by fear or avoid challenges altogether, those who build wealth approach risk with strategy and intention. They recognize that every opportunity carries some level of uncertainty. Fascinated, and rather than letting fear dictate their actions, they analyze potential outcomes, evaluate probabilities, and take steps that maximize reward while minimizing unnecessary loss. This mindset is not about reckless gambles. Fascinated, it's about making informed decisions and accepting that failure is not only possible, but often an essential part of growth. By understanding the nature of risk, fascinated, they position themselves to seize opportunities that others might overlook or shy away from, giving them a competitive advantage in business, investing, and personal development. Fascinated, the wealthy view setbacks and failures not as disasters, but as learning experiences. Each failure provides insights that sharpen judgment, refine strategies, and improve future decision making. They cultivate mental resilience. I'm fascinated, knowing that short-term losses can lead to long-term gains when approached with the right perspective. This willingness to embrace risk, paired with the ability to learn from mistakes, I'm fascinated, differentiates them from those who remain in their comfort zones, content with safety, but limited by stagnation. They do not fear losing. They fear the missed opportunities that come from refusing to try. I'm fascinated. Risk becomes a tool for growth rather than a source of anxiety, enabling them to take bold steps that can produce substantial rewards. Another critical aspect of risk-taking is preparation. Wealthy thinkers invest time in research, fascinated planning, and strategy before acting. They study markets, analyze trends, and evaluate potential pitfalls. By approaching risk methodically, they reduce uncertainty and improve the odds of success. Fascinated. This careful planning transforms fear into confidence and allows them to make decisions quickly when opportunities arise. Unlike impulsive risk takers who rely on luck, these individuals rely on knowledge, analysis, and foresight. Fascinated. The result is a pattern of high probability risks that over time compound into significant financial and personal growth. Risk taking also involves stepping outside comfort zones. I'm fascinated. Building wealth rarely happens within familiar boundaries. Successful individuals embrace challenges that require new skills, unfamiliar environments, or uncomfortable decisions. Fascinated. This willingness to act where others hesitate allows them to access opportunities that are invisible to most people. For example, investing in a new market, starting a business in a competitive industry. I'm fascinated, or learning advanced financial strategies may seem risky to many, but for those with the right mindset, these risks are calculated moves toward growth. By consistently pushing beyond comfort zones, fascinated, they create momentum that attracts resources, talent, and opportunities aligned with their vision. Importantly, wealthy thinkers understand that timing is an essential part of risk-taking. I'm fascinated. They know that the same decision can have drastically different outcomes depending on when it is executed. Patience and strategic timing combined with risk assessment allow them to act decisively at the optimal moment. Fascinated. This approach ensures that risks are not just bold but intelligent, maximizing the potential for success while minimizing unnecessary exposure to loss. Ultimately, fascinated, the ability to take responsible risk transforms ordinary decision-making into a pathway for wealth creation. By analyzing opportunities, embracing failure as a teacher, preparing carefully, stepping beyond comfort zones, I'm fascinated, and acting at the right moment, wealthy individuals leverage uncertainty to their advantage. They do not avoid risk, they manage it. And in doing so, they open doors that remain closed to those who allow fear to dominate their thinking. Fascinated, risk, when approached strategically, becomes a powerful engine for financial growth, personal development, and long-term success. Fascinated, the mindset of abundance is one of the most powerful thinking habits that separate wealthy individuals from those who struggle financially. People who embrace scarcity thinking are trapped in the belief that opportunities, money, fascinated, and success are limited, and that someone else's gain comes at their expense. This mindset creates fear, jealousy, and competition, often leading to poor decision-making and missed opportunities. In contrast, I'm fascinated, individuals with an abundance mindset operate with the belief that there is enough wealth, success, and opportunity for everyone. This fundamental shift in thinking allows them to approach life and business with generosity, fascinated collaboration, and optimism, which in turn attracts wealth and success. Those who think abundantly see possibilities where others see limitations. I'm fascinated. They are not constrained by the fear of running out of resources or the anxiety of missing out. Instead, they focus on creating value, building networks, and pursuing opportunities that benefit not just themselves, but others around them. Fascinated, This mindset encourages innovation and creativity because they are not afraid to share ideas, invest in partnerships, or explore untested paths. They understand that by lifting others and expanding collective success, fascinated, they also expand their own potential. Abundance thinking turns collaboration into a strategy for growth, whereas scarcity thinking often turns every interaction into a zero-sum game. Fascinated. An abundance mindset also transforms how individuals view money. Wealthy people do not see money merely as a finite resource to hoard, but as a tool to generate more value. They understand that money can be invested, leveraged, I'm fascinated, and multiplied when used strategically. Scarcity-minded individuals, on the other hand, often hoard resources out of fear, missing out on opportunities to grow their wealth. By thinking abundantly, fascinated, wealthy individuals see money as a means to create more opportunities, help others, and generate long-term financial growth. Fascinated. This shift in perspective not only improves financial outcomes, but also reduces stress and fear related to money, making decision-making clearer and more strategic. Fascinated. Another critical aspect of abundance thinking is the way it influences relationships and networking. People who operate from an abundance mindset are more likely to share knowledge, support others, and build strong, fascinated, mutually beneficial connections. Wealthy individuals understand that networks are invaluable, and the more they contribute to others' success, the more opportunities will flow back to them. Scarcity-minded people, in contrast, fascinated, may view networking as a competition or threat, limiting their growth and isolating themselves from valuable partnerships. Abundance thinking fosters generosity and trust, which attracts collaborators, mentors, fascinaties that compound over time into financial and personal success. Furthermore, abundance thinking encourages long-term planning and vision. Individuals who believe in limited resources may focus on immediate survival or short-term gains, often sacrificing long-term potential for instant security. Abundant thinkers, however, invest in knowledge, education, innovation, fascinated in relationships, trusting that their efforts will yield returns over time. They are patient, resilient, and forward-looking, fascinated, willing to take calculated actions today that may not produce immediate results, but will create exponential growth in the future. This patient and strategic approach aligns perfectly with wealth building. Fascinated, as real success rarely happens overnight. In essence, the abundance mindset transforms the way individuals perceive the world and their place in it. It replaces fear with optimism, competition with collaboration, fascinated and limitation with opportunity. By embracing abundance, wealthy thinkers open themselves to creativity, strategic risk taking, and meaningful connections that drive long-term financial and personal success. I'm fascinated. This mindset is not just about thinking positively. It is about fundamentally restructuring the way one views opportunities, resources, and relationships to create a life of growth, prosperity, and impact. Fascinated. Continuous learning is a cornerstone of the thinking habits that build wealth. Wealthy individuals understand that knowledge is a form of leverage that multiplies opportunities and strengthens decision-making. Fascinated. Unlike those who remain stagnant, believing they already know enough, successful people commit to constant growth, seeking new information, perspectives, and skills that expand their capabilities. Fascinated, they recognize that the world is constantly changing with new technologies, industries, and financial opportunities emerging every day. By staying informed and adaptable, fascinated, they position themselves to take advantage of shifts and trends that others may overlook. This commitment to learning not only improves their professional and financial life, but also enhances their personal growth and resilience. Fascinated, one of the key aspects of continuous learning is the ability to absorb knowledge from multiple sources. Wealthy individuals read extensively, not just in their area of expertise, but across a wide range of subjects. Fascinated, from finance and economics to psychology, technology, and leadership. They seek mentors, attend seminars, and engage with communities of like-minded individuals to gain insights and perspectives they might not discover alone. Fascinated. By exposing themselves to diverse ideas, they develop the ability to connect seemingly unrelated concepts, fostering innovation and creative problem solving. This breadth of knowledge gives them a competitive edge. Fascinated, allowing them to make smarter decisions and identify opportunities that others miss. Another important habit of lifelong learners is reflection and application. It is not enough to merely gather information. Knowledge must be understood, fascinated, internalized, and applied strategically. Wealthy thinkers analyze what they learn, adapting it to their unique circumstances and goals. They experiment, test new ideas, and refine their strategies based on real-world results. Fascinated. Each lesson learned, whether from success or failure, becomes a tool that strengthens their ability to navigate complexity and uncertainty. This practical application transforms theoretical knowledge into actionable wisdom. Fascinated, creating a foundation for sustainable growth and wealth creation. Continuous learning also fuels adaptability and resilience. In an ever-changing economic environment, I'm fascinated. Those who cling to outdated knowledge or habits risk being left behind. Wealthy individuals embrace change as an opportunity rather than a threat. They are quick to adopt new technologies, pivot business strategies, fascinated, or explore alternative investments because their mindset is flexible and informed. This adaptability allows them to survive downturns, exploit emerging trends, and maintain a trajectory of growth even in volatile conditions. Fascinated. By committing to learning, they ensure that they remain relevant and capable of thriving in an unpredictable world. Additionally, continuous learning builds confidence. When individuals invest in their education and skills, fascinated, they gain the competence and insight needed to make high-stakes decisions with clarity. This confidence reduces hesitation, fear, and indecision, which often paralyze those who lack knowledge or experience. Fascinated. Wealthy thinkers are more likely to take calculated risks, seize opportunities, and execute plans effectively because their foundation of knowledge equips them to anticipate challenges and respond intelligently. Learning, in this sense, is a form of empowerment that amplifies both financial and personal success. The practice of continuous learning also inspires others and attracts valuable connections. People are naturally drawn to those who are knowledgeable, curious, fascinated, and forward-thinking. By continually growing their minds, wealthy individuals create networks of like-minded collaborators, mentors, and partners who further support their growth. Learning becomes a multiplier. I'm fascinated, not just in terms of personal capability, but in the opportunities and relationships it generates. Ultimately, the habit of continuous learning transforms the mind into a powerful engine for wealth creation. It enables adaptability, fascinated, sharpens decision making, enhances creativity, and fosters resilience in the face of challenges. Knowledge becomes a tool to identify opportunities, mitigate risks, and make strategic choices that compound over time. I'm fascinated in the world of wealth building. Those who stop learning fall behind, while those who embrace lifelong growth unlock a limitless potential that propels them toward financial and personal success. Fascinated, discipline, and delayed gratification are essential thinking habits that play a crucial role in building lasting wealth. Wealthy individuals understand that success is rarely the result of impulsive decisions or immediate rewards. Fascinated. Instead, it is the product of consistent effort, careful planning, and the ability to prioritize long-term gains over short-term pleasures. This mindset allows them to invest time, money, and energy into actions that compound over years. I'm fascinated, ultimately creating significant financial and personal growth. By cultivating discipline, they develop control over impulses and habits, enabling them to make decisions that align with their overarching goals. Fascinated, rather than succumbing to temporary desires that provide little lasting benefit. A key aspect of this habit is the ability to resist instant gratification. Fascinated, in a world that constantly tempts us with quick rewards, whether through entertainment, luxury goods, or instant wealth schemes, those who practice delayed gratification make conscious choices to prioritize future success. Fascinated, they understand that money spent impulsively on fleeting pleasures is money that could have been invested in assets, education, or business opportunities that yield long-term returns. Similarly, fascinated, time spent on distraction or unproductive activities is time taken away from learning, growing, or strategizing for the future. Fascinated, wealthy thinkers consciously choose actions that may feel restrictive in the short term, but generate exponential benefits over time. Discipline also manifests in financial management. Wealthy individuals create budgets. Fascinated, save consistently and invest strategically even when it would be easier to spend freely. They avoid the temptation of debt or overconsumption, understanding that financial freedom is built through patience and prudent decision making. Fascinated. By sticking to their plans and resisting impulsive financial behavior, they allow their wealth to grow steadily and predictably. Over time, this disciplined approach compounds. I'm fascinated, creating a foundation of stability and security that enables them to pursue greater opportunities. Moreover, discipline and delayed gratification extend beyond finances into habits and personal development. Fascinated, wealthy individuals develop routines that enhance productivity, health, and learning. They wake up early, maintain focus on priorities, and consistently work toward their goals, even when motivation wanes. Fascinated, these routines are often invisible to others, yet they are the backbone of sustained achievement. By practicing self-control and maintaining consistency, they create momentum that propels them forward, turning small, fascinated, daily actions into substantial long-term outcomes. Another important dimension of this habit is patience. Wealth creation is rarely instantaneous, and those who cultivate discipline understand that meaningful results require time. Fascinated, they avoid the temptation to seek shortcuts or quick fixes, recognizing that long-term growth is more reliable and sustainable than immediate superficial success. Fascinated, this patience allows them to weather setbacks and market fluctuations without panic, making strategic decisions that keep them on the path to their ultimate goals. Furthermore, discipline strengthens decision-making. Fascinated, when the mind is trained to prioritize long-term outcomes, choices are made more rationally with reduced influence from emotional impulses or external pressures. Wealthy individuals are less likely to chase trends or follow the crowd. I'm fascinated. Instead, they evaluate opportunities with clarity and focus on what aligns with their objectives. This strategic, measured approach enhances their ability to accumulate wealth and avoid costly mistakes. Ultimately, fascinated, discipline and delayed gratification transform mindset into action. They allow individuals to focus on the future while managing the present, creating a powerful compounding effect over time. By controlling impulses, fascinated, maintaining consistency, and prioritizing long-term gains, wealthy thinkers build a foundation of stability, resilience, and growth. This habit ensures that every choice, investment, fascinated, and effort contributes meaningfully to their ultimate vision, turning patience and self-control into tangible financial and personal success. The connection between mindset, action, I'm fascinated, and wealth is one of the most profound lessons in understanding how success is created. Wealthy individuals recognize that thoughts are not just fleeting ideas, they are the seeds of action. Fascinated, and action is the vehicle through which results are achieved. Every financial decision, career move, or business strategy begins in the mind. The way a person thinks determines how they perceive opportunities, handle challenges. I'm fascinated and respond to risks. A person who cultivates a proactive, optimistic, and strategic mindset will naturally engage in behaviors that create wealth, while someone trapped in negativity, fear, fascinated, or limited thinking is likely to remain stagnant. This principle highlights the critical importance of training the mind to align with long-term goals and ambitious visions. Fascinated. At the core of this thinking habit is the understanding that thoughts shape behavior. Wealthy people consistently monitor and manage their mental patterns. They replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Fascinated, understanding that self-doubt, fear, and scarcity thinking can paralyze action and prevent opportunities from materializing. Instead of focusing on barriers, they focus on solutions, possibilities, and strategies. Fascinated, by directing their thoughts toward productive outcomes, they create a mental framework that naturally generates decisive, confident, and effective actions. In this way, fascinated, their mindset becomes the foundation for behavior that drives financial and personal success. Action without strategy, however, can be wasted effort. Wealthy thinkers ensure that their actions are intentional, purpose-driven, I'm fascinated, and aligned with their overarching vision. They avoid random or impulsive decisions, understanding that consistency and direction are more valuable than sheer activity. Every step they take, whether it involves investing, I'm fascinated, building a business, or developing skills, is guided by the mindset they cultivate. This alignment between thought and action creates momentum, transforming abstract ideas into tangible outcomes. The disciplined repetition of such aligned behaviors compounds over time, producing results that seem exponential compared to initial effort. Another critical aspect of this principle is the willingness to act despite uncertainty. Fascinated, wealthy individuals understand that no amount of planning can eliminate risk entirely, and waiting for perfect conditions often leads to inaction. A proactive mindset encourages calculated action, where decisions are based on analysis, fascinated, experience, and intuition. Even when outcomes are uncertain, they take deliberate steps forward, learning from the process and adjusting strategies as needed. Fascinated. This ability to act decisively is a distinguishing trait of those who achieve lasting wealth. Furthermore, the link between mindset and action extends to problem solving and creativity. When individuals train their minds to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles, they naturally develop innovative approaches to complex problems. Wealthy thinkers leverage this mental perspective to identify gaps in markets, fascinated, improve products and services, and discover unconventional paths to financial growth. By cultivating a mindset that prioritizes opportunity over limitation, action becomes more effective, strategic, and results-oriented. Fascinated, accountability is another factor that strengthens this connection. Wealthy individuals understand that their thoughts and actions must align with measurable goals. They regularly assess progress, reflect on results. I'm fascinated, and adjust both their thinking and behavior when necessary. This feedback loop reinforces the principle that mindset shapes action and action shapes outcomes. By continuously refining both I'm fascinated, they ensure that their efforts are producing meaningful results and moving them closer to their vision of wealth. Ultimately, the habit of connecting mindset and action creates a powerful compounding effect. Fascinated, every empowered thought leads to purposeful behavior. Every behavior produces measurable outcomes, and these outcomes reinforce positive thinking, creating a cycle of growth and success. Fascinated, wealthy individuals understand that their financial and personal achievements are the visible manifestation of disciplined thinking habits and consistent, aligned actions. By mastering their mind and translating thoughts into deliberate, fascinated, purposeful action, they turn vision into reality and potential into lasting wealth. In the journey to building wealth, the most powerful tool we possess is our mind. Every habit, every decision, fascinated, and every action begins with the way we think. By cultivating long-term vision, we learn patience and the value of compounding efforts. Through responsible risk-taking, fascinated, we transform challenges into opportunities and failures into lessons. An abundance mindset opens doors to collaboration, creativity, and unlimited potential, while continuous learning ensures we remain adaptable, knowledgeable, fascinated, and prepared for growth. Discipline and delayed gratification allow us to prioritize meaningful actions over fleeting pleasures, creating lasting financial stability. Finally, fascinated, aligning mindset with action ensures that our thoughts are not idle, they become deliberate steps toward our goals. Wealth is not merely a reflection of money earned, but of the thinking habits we develop, the choices we make, fascinated, and the consistent actions we take. It all begins and thrives in the mind.